broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another after show for Monday Night Raw right here on AfterBuzzTV.com. Johnny LaQuasto is out this week, but I'm sitting in, filling in for him.
Doing good.
Doing great.
Looking great. Starting
the show hot. So awkward. I'm Cathy Kelley. Sitting next to me, Big Green, medium-sized green. The Walking Dale.
Thanks.
Can that stick?
Sure. Big Green. I dig it.
Okay, Big Green?
Yeah.
Or are we medium-sized green?
Medium-sized green is a mouthful.
Okay, fair enough.
That hopefully won't stick.
Sitting across the table, filling in this week, Mike Bridenstine. Hi.
Hi.
Were you surprised that I introduced you first?
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
Oh, okay.
And he used his real full name and everything.
Yeah.
Take two? Oh.
No, it's take one. I'm happy to take one. That's a keeper.
Sitting next to Mike, Tom Connolly.
Hi, everybody. Good to be on Raw. Nice.
So it's a very special episode of Raw. The Slammies.
Slammies.
Yep.
Oh, we should have got dressed up. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Two t-shirts.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. I think we said that last year, to be honest.
You're not even best
wearing
for
a vest.
business. Yeah.
I have so many fancy vests.
I was going to give you the AfterBuzzies Award for Best Vest.
Oh, well, I ruined that too.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
great start.
Next year.
We're both doing great.
So there to host the Slammies this evening was Seth Green.
Little Green.
Little Red.
I love that he's a wrestling fan, though.
He like geeks out whenever he's on the show,
Yeah.
which I love. He's just so passionate about it.
He was all smiles at the commentator table.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think he was more interested in watching the match instead of talking. Because he was pretty quiet for most of it. He was like, but I just like, I have the best view right here. I might as well just, enjoy what's
He answered
happening.
in one word sentences, thanks, and then would go back to watching. Well, we'll talk about that later, but he introduces the Slammies, and Miz and Mizdow interrupt, ask to be put in Seth's next movie, and Seth says to Miz that he's actually more interested in Mizdow. He's the star.
Yeah, he said Mizdow was the A-lister.
Yeah.
I think the crowd agreed.
And the entire WWE universe nodded their head.
Yeah.
I think when Mizdow was like, when the Miz was turning around, he's like, call me.
That
like
was
Seth
great.
Rollins or Seth Green.
I feel like tonight was the first time where we're starting to see Mizdow resent Miz a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's been some stuff on Main Event that they've done. He did the whole, when he did that speech later, he did kind of a thing like that too, where he thought he was going to be Mizdow, and he's talking about his moneymaker
Yeah.
again. So.
But I feel like before Mizdow was going along with it, and now he's not so happy.
He's throwing out some moments there, for sure. Yeah, I think when they won the belts, actually, he was a little resentful that he didn't get to hold them right as they won them. So I mean, they're warming up to these two having some issues, but I think they'll drag it out for a while.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
It's actually making me like Miz more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
being able to kind of strip Mizdow.
It's not that I thought he was the worst.
Right.
But,
What did you think about him?
I thought he was the worst.
Oh, okay. He's not the worst, but he's the worst.
He's the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, not all caps, but pretty bad.
Yeah. I like him as a heel. I mean, I think Miz just seems like a natural heel anyways to me.
Do you remember when he came out with a Christmas movie and they're like, oh, yeah, he's a heel?
My friend Francie was in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was that called again? I forgot.
Christmas Bounty?
Yeah.
Oh, my God!
She always joked that he got mad because she was billed first in the movie. He was second.
He's the A-lister.
Yeah.
Well, what you gonna do?
So the first award that is announced tonight is the This Is Awesome Award.
With a hella remix to the This Is Awesome crowd chant.
I've heard that in a commercial before.
Really?
Yeah, but
I really liked it.
yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. I don't normally blow up the remixes, but
Yeah.
Does
that was a
the
good one.
crowd that said the This Is Awesome chant
Get royalties?
get royalties?
Each one of them.
I don't know. Maybe your
Class action
ticket.
lawsuit?
Your ticket is like your entry into signing a waiver.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I bet.
Yeah. Well, you know that as you are one of the,
Oh,
the memes.
yeah?
Yeah, didn't get no money for the meme.
I think you should have got a Slammy for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Why weren't you nominated for?
No, regardless who was nominated for that, the Undertaker guy was going to win that.
They didn't show him.
Down.
They showed everyone but him.
Weird. Oh, what is that guy doing? No, we're probably getting off topic.
Not AFTERBUZZ, clearly.
Not AFTERBUZZ.
The first match of the night, we have Rollins versus Ziggler. Rollins ends up winning with a little bit of help from the security.
Yeah, Mercury pushed him right off the turnbuckle there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think these two are a great pairing, Ziggler and Rollins. I could watch them wrestle all day.
That was a wasted match for those two. I would love to see them go 30 minutes, and I would be happy.
Yeah, they should have a pay-per-view style match. I mean, these two are both so talented and both move so well and sell huge.
Oh, completely.
So I was glad to see them, but yeah, I agree with you, Brido. I think they need to give that more time.
All of the matches tonight were condensed, though.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
But this one could have been long. They could have just let them go.
Yeah.
And then it would have meant a little more build up of like him getting screwed out of the win.
I mean, the main event didn't even start until the top of hour 3. Or, not even top of hour 3. It was
Like the end of
hour 3. Yeah.
At 3 hour mark.
Yes.
Yeah. Tonight obviously is about the Slammies, and then they just kind of float around it, which is a little weird when you're promoting a pay-per-view.
We were talking about how last week felt more like a go home Raw than this week did.
I think this whole week is a little off in my opinion, because also with NXT having our Evolution 3 days before the pay-per-view, it just
so good.
Which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
They tend to choose the Slammies for the go home for TLC, and I don't really know why they couldn't have done it the previous
They
week.
should just switch the weeks. Yeah.
Tribute for the Troops is next week, and then I don't know what's for New Year's or whatever, the week of New Year's.
What I think we're saying is that they could have done the Slammies last week, and
last
then
week.
this be go home Raw.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or even the week after.
It would have had a better
Slammy. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it instead of the episode where they bring out Santa Claus and hit him with a car or whatever they're going to do.
I have loved these Mick folks. Old St. Mick.
Old
Yeah.
St.
There's
Matt.
no Del Rio to hit him this year, so.
Oh, there's no Del Rio. How are
Maybe
we-
Ambrose and the ambulance will hit him this year.
Back right over Santa.
So Sting ended up winning the This Is Awesome moment.
That was a bad idea because they're like, Sting is not here. Boo!
Yeah. We hear your excitement and we're going to squelch it.
Yeah.
But was it Sting or was it just for like the match, like of that moment?
I mean,
Was it just him
I
alone?
perceived it as him winning for coming out at that particular moment. I mean, they said he himself was the winner
Yeah.
Yes.
because he wasn't there.
He
to take
wasn't
it.
in the match.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Ben.
Do you guys think that we'll see him at TLC?
No.
I don't think so.
No?
Maybe Rumble. That's my guess. Maybe he'll be in the Royal Rumble.
I think we should see him at TLC. I mean, I understand keeping him off TV, but again, I don't know what his contract is like.
I think he won't be there till Mania. Or right, the build to it. Vince,
The build to it would have to be Royal Rumble, right?
Maybe it would make more sense for him to come back whenever the Authority is
right.
back.
If the match is Triple H,
Yeah.
we're not going to see Sting till Trips is back.
Yeah.
And they
Which
can't come
I
back
feel
unless
like
Cena brings them back. But.
Cena might lose his right to challenge for the title and henceforth bring back the Authority to give him maybe his rematch or
But
something.
that's such a good opportunity for Cena to turn heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Come on.
They set it up. They at least laid the groundwork to have a reason for him to turn.
He was wearing black jorts.
It's
It's gonna happen.
They're giving you false hope, though.
The Cubs will win the World Series in my lifetime, and John Cena will turn heel in my lifetime.
Heel jorts.
Heel
You're going to
jorts.
live a really long time.
I hope so.
Maybe past Cena.
The next thrown together match of the night was Kofi Kingston versus Stardust. Kofi is victorious. Are we surprised, happy?
I was glad about it. Listen, we talked about this last week, but them debuting on SmackDown is fine. I thought it was weird that they put it out there that they were going to debut on Raw and then shifted it just the very next day, technically.
Maybe the new thing is vignette means you're going to lose right away.
I don't know, but I mean, I like this feud. I think it's good, and I am excited for them to do the pre-show. I think I just like the vibe of New Day. I get out, and their music is great.
They're amped.
They are so amped, and their comedy / moves that they have come up with together are all on point.
Yeah.
So
I love their gear too.
it looks good.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Do you miss Kofi's tropical moveset? He did the booms.
Right. Well, now he's yelling New Day.
Yeah.
He's kind of doing the same thing, but
Is he doing boom?
I didn't.
No,
he
because they
didn't
did that
tonight.
like they did like a different clap too.
Oh yeah, they did
when
that.
he did it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. They
Added a
have
clap.
they have definitely like studied crowd psychology. It feels like
Well,
they're doing things to get them going.
I think they've been doing that for a couple of months now on house shows. So I think it's a smart way for them to do it if they're gonna put them together and get them to work well together. So I like the group. I think it's good for all three guys. I don't see it being a downside for any of them compared to what they were doing before.
Who are they going to go up against though?
More tag team crowd.
Yeah. I honestly think Xavier is going to be not really a manager role, but he'll be the mouthpiece /
He'll be the PhD of the group.
the PhD. Yes, he will.
They cut a promo on I think SmackDown this past week, and all three of them talked. And
Okay.
it was pretty good.
Does Kofi not have his accent anymore?
No, he doesn't have an accent.
His tropical accent.
So the next award is Surprise Return of the Year, presented by John Laurinaitis.
Who Dale thinks everyone forgot.
I mean, the crowd didn't boo or applaud his
They weren't
return.
surprised.
They weren't surprised. Yeah. The whole point was they were like, "Oh my God, John Laurinaitis right now," and everyone was like,
Who?
"Is that my phone?" Like nobody was.
Bathroom break.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. People power.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a few weeks, right, to be the GM?
Lord, I hope
Probably
not.
for one.
Like a guest.
Right?
Maybe. Although we didn't have a GM tonight.
Yeah.
So.
We had Seth Green.
True. True.
Are you
guess that
happy that
counts.
we didn't get the sound effect this week?
Yeah, I'm actually
Take a week
surprised.
off.
It's Hornswoggle.
So the Ultimate Warrior actually ended up winning this Slammy. And do you think that they properly paid tribute to him in this?
Yeah.
I mean, there was no way he wasn't going
Yeah.
to win this once we knew that he was a part of it. I mean,
Was he technically a surprise return, though?
I don't think any of them were except for The Rock.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, out of all of them, The Rock we did not know about.
well, it depends on if you're talking about like the mental state of the people coming back, or like, yeah, it was a surprise that Rock showed up that day, but
Yeah.
is it the surprise that The Rock returned for
It's
the 17th
A
time?
different kind of surprise.
Yeah.
Like you're shocked that The Rock came back. You're like
Exactly.
stunned.
Right.
This was more of a you didn't think that it would ever happen.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he had a big chip on his shoulder about the WWE for so long. I definitely didn't think. Well, I mean, why would they make amends? Especially at this
Right.
point, it felt like a moot point almost.
Yeah.
So I was surprised, and his speech at the Hall of Fame too. I don't know.
Every time I hear snippets of that speech, it gives
my
me
gosh.
chills. Yeah.
yeah, when they
very
show that
ominous.
commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backstage, Rollins thanks Mercury and Noble for helping him out earlier, and then he says, "Look who decided to show up," and the camera pans over to Heyman.
Yeah.
Dressed fairly nicely
Yeah.
as well.
Surprise return of Raw.
Always does a good job.
So he says if Rollins wins the tables match versus Cena at TLC, he could be #1 contender. And then Rollins says the Money in the Bank briefcase already guarantees a shot at Lesnar anytime he wants. Heyman then says he knows Rollins is the future of WWE and Cena is his only hurdle to be that.
It was actually a good line. He said, I think right after that too, was, if you want to be the future, then make sure that Cena is entrenched in the past. And I thought that was a good, like, you have a match coming up kind of line.
Yeah. Oh, Heyman.
I'm glad that they addressed it, too, that he has the briefcase, because, like, why would he need to be the #1 contender?
Exactly.
He never needs to be.
And they never said that was on the line either for him.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just said Cena can lose it, and they never have
But
said
then it was
anything
like,
about
he
Rollins.
might be Seth Rollins, and Heyman addressed it.
Yeah.
Just like, no, he has a thing.
Yeah.
These maybe stipulations are always so weird, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it almost seems like they don't know. It's a half-baked plan where they don't really know.
But Cena has to win that, right?
I mean, the way Raw ended, it makes you feel like maybe he'll have, a pretty good chance of winning.
So Royal Rumble, Lesnar, Cena.
I mean, that's what they've been saying for a while, rumor-wise.
Right.
I would be okay with that if Rollins cashes in. Regardless who wins that match, if Rollins comes out and cashes in, I'm cool. Or if Lesnar isn't ending his run at WrestleMania, which is also the rumor that he, is interested in going back to UFC.
Oh, really?
Which is all the trend right now.
The Power Ranger.
Yeah.
The Power Ranger. Everybody wants to face Tommy.
So Charlotte versus Natty. Love seeing Charlotte on the show.
Nice.
I was telling you guys that we were literally talking about this on NXT's after show this past week, how I would love to see Charlotte come on Raw with the NXT women's belt.
Yep.
And
You invoked her.
yeah, 4 days later, here she is.
What else can you do?
Got so many tricks.
I wish that you would come with cupcakes next week. That would be so nice.
But that's only me. I
you only have the power?
Yeah.
Rude.
Charlotte comes out with the women's belt, and this is essentially a rematch from Takeover
2, yeah.
Charlotte versus Natty.
That match was awesome.
Yeah, that match was
That
great.
match was
pay-per-view. Or not pay-per-view.
phenomenal. So good. This one a little bit shorter.
Yeah. And
Charlotte goes for the figure 4, and Natty counters, ends up winning.
That was a surprise, I thought.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte was in control for most of it, and then Natty just kind of reversed it and rolled her up.
Yeah.
Have they ever done like an NXT, like a go-home NXT type
They
of
have. They had Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, and Tyler Breeze.
On
Tyson
Raw.
Kidd.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and Tyson Kidd, right before Fatal 4-Way.
Okay.
Which is really smart. They should do this every NXT thing, which, well, I guess now
They're gone.
they are.
Since they only have 4 specials a year, I think that it gives way to do more things like that.
Yeah.
Or not more things like that, but it allows them to do it.
I'm excited for a debut of Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He's
should
one of
be
my
really good.
favorites.
There's a lot of exciting
Have you
things
seen
for
his
this.
vignettes? Have they been...
I've seen one of them. I've watched him live at indie shows, and he was hands down my favorite indie wrestler out there.
Oh, that's great.
I hope that they don't like chop his legs off, type of like his. He's so
What a
good.
horrible gimmick.
Did you hear this promo from last week, though?
What did they do this week?
This past week, his promo was incredible. He was talking about how basically everyone that they've signed,
Daniel Bryan,
he's like,
Cesaro.
they signed him first.
They passed me by.
Yeah. And then he's like, but I will conquer everyone.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's like, now it's my time.
Yeah.
Bitches.
So good.
I'm pretty sure he said bitches.
He said much worse.
Do we know where they sell Tyson's cat hat? Because I would buy one of those. I don't know why he doesn't. That should be his thing now, right? The cat hat.
Why not? I mean, it's obnoxious, so it works for his gimmick, I feel.
It's so cute, though.
And he does love cats.
Can you explain his gimmick to me?
He loves cats more than his wife.
Cats.
Fact.
His wife,
Not as much.
indifferent towards.
Okay.
He uses her
He
as a
likes
shield.
that she's a human shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I mean, he's just a huge heel that almost comes off
He's a doucher.
abusive to his wife. At
No,
this
but he's
point.
he's a douche. Is that his thing?
That's his thing,
Yeah.
but only specifically to Natty.
Yeah, and like if the girls make fun of her, he'll laugh and laugh at Natty.
Yeah, like, it's-
not defend her, just straight up laugh in her face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like borderline.
I wonder if you have like a one sentence like elevator pitch of what that is though, or if he's just like I'm just gonna be a dick.
I don't know. I don't know if it's based off of how his character is
On the
in
show?
Total Divas.
I think it is.
Or if they built his character in Total Divas around this idea.
It's I feel like one of the few gimmicks that works across all the platforms that he's on. It works
does,
on Total
yeah.
Divas, it works on Raw, it works on NXT when he's down there.
Yeah. Because I truly feel like
'Cause
he's
it's
the worst.
consistent. Yeah.
That relationship seems horrible.
Like
The worst.
The worst.
Capital
But
letters.
she still comes out with him. She still supports him each week, even though
Yeah, that's the new turn of the
it's-
past, what has it been, maybe a couple months?
Yeah.
That she's been kind of like okay with it.
Supportive, yeah.
Yeah, because remember he was coming out and texting during her matches, and she was like, "What are you doing?" You know, she was upset about it. But now she's just like, "No, love me. No, could you love me? Okay, it's fine."
And he does a lot. Yeah, I'll do like as he's in a match, even with her, like he'll be like, "Oh, give me a kiss on the cheek," like as they're wrestling, and like make her kiss him on the cheek.
Just dysfunctional marriage.
Yeah.
Timely.
Anything else you guys want to mention from the brief Charlotte versus Natty match?
I love seeing Charlotte on Raw. She looks badass. Like, she belongs there.
She looked incredible tonight. Triple H tweeted actually a picture of them hugging backstage after her match, and he's like so proud.
They were in South Carolina though, right? Too, or
yeah, they were.
So. That's Flair country.
Well, yeah.
Well, look, I think they showed like her family sitting ringside. They cut to somebody. I think that was like maybe
I
her mom.
recognize the woman from like a Ric Flair retirement match.
That one where he cried in the ring for like 3 hours.
I had tears running down my neck, folks.
Aww. Down your neck beard.
I'm sorry. It got caught and it kept
Bring it out. Yeah.
Don't eat that.
Next up, we have the shocking moment. OMG, shocking moment.
Good old Santino.
Yeah, presented by Santino. He announced that, before he announced who won, he said that he watched Luke Harper in the shower. And then he also watched...
Like, no, I watched Divas in the shower.
Well, he's not wrestling anymore, so what else is he doing backstage?
I mean,
right?
A lot of shower time.
Yeah.
What are the showers?
I need a bench and a shower.
Santino, why are you going in the locker room?
No problem.
I have a speech to give.
So Santino announces the OMG shocking moment of the year is Undertaker's streak being broken. I think we can all agree.
That's a good win.
I mean, Brido was saying people ask him all the time. He was at WrestleMania.
When my wrestling fan friends find out I was there, like, what was that like? And it was 70,000 people silent.
Yeah.
You know? And the guy pretending to be Dale going like...
His eyes are way cooler than mine. That was a muggy eye reaction. I like it. Yeah, I mean, that's all three of us were there.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like the wind being sucked out. But I don't think you could ever have... That could win oh my God moment of
the decade.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that there will be another... Nobody saw that coming.
No. I was glad I was there for that moment.
Except the writers.
I don't even know.
I think the three people at the ring. I don't think the referee knew.
No, that was the rumor, right?
Yeah, there was. I think somebody. I don't know if he said it, that they were just told him to, count as if, don't hold everything back. Yeah.
The referee was like does two and then kind of like this.
Yeah, because I think he said he thought he messed up. Like he thought he didn't.
Like, that's what I think
happened.
I was just like no, and then they flashed 21-1 way too late.
Yeah.
No, I feel like in the arena they did it really fast. Like it was like up there, like this is happening.
See, I'm remembering it different. Time moves slower when I'm OMGing.
Undertaker was 40-0 at that point.
I think what was more shocking is that Heyman came out to accept the award.
The one behind
Maybe
the one?
Not more shocking, but he came out to accept the award for Undertaker's streak being broken. Then Bray Wyatt comes out and says the end is near for Ambrose. Tables, ladders, and chairs chants it up. And then an ambulance noise sounds. We think that it's Cesaro. But no, it's Ambrose. He hijacked an ambulance and some tables, ladders, and chairs and starts throwing them.
Yeah, and had a lot of smoke in that ambulance. It's probably the smokiest an ambulance has been since some kind of fire victim.
Rob Van Dam was there.
He's like, is this not cool? Is this not cool?
He had to hide in there, so nobody even knew he was there. So.
I got a medical license.
I just need 10 minutes. I do want to say, Bray, before Ambrose came out, mentioned that the chair, they showed the little snippet of Ambrose breaking the chair. He's like, that was Abigail's chair, which I thought was interesting storyline.
It's his urn. I love it.
Yeah. And then he was very upset, and his reaction to that chair being broken was one of those moments where I felt like Wyatt was evolving even a little bit because of his reaction. Yeah, it was very different.
Yeah.
And
He
I
needed
like that.
a slight change like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, you know, his phases throughout the years, like his motorcycle guy phase. His, whatever they do, you know.
The American Badass Psycho.
His American Badass phase.
Yeah. When Ambrose was throwing things into the ring towards Bray,
Oh my God!
ends up clocking him with one of the chairs.
New OMG moment of the night, at least.
Wow.
Because he's been dangerous the past 2 weeks.
We didn't see Bray after that, did we?
Well, they still fight a little on his way
Yeah.
up
No, but
the ramp.
Then he hit him with the chair again when he jumped on the apron, just threw it like right in his face.
But I mean, the bad thing was it hit like one of the legs hit his cranium, not like any kind of flat surface. It was like, here's a point, blank. Poor guy. I hope he's okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But wasn't Ambrose the one with a little bit of blood we found on it, like
both.
drops?
It looked like maybe he had just gotten pierced, but it took him out. Like, why was there little drops of blood?
Like a Raggedy Ann dots on both.
That was weird.
So I need a little blush this evening.
Some rouge.
We're like, we're an ambulance. All we have is blood. He's like, I'll take it. Just give it to me.
But just 2 little dots right here and here, and I'll be good. Not the rest of my face.
Ambulance people don't know how to put on makeup.
God. The lights were so bright in that ambulance.
Too much smoke, yeah. Couldn't see what it's doing.
Oh man, but I'm excited for that match though. That is going to be some good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to open with that because it's called TLC? I mean, it's a TLC match, or do they close with?
What do you follow? Like, who follows that?
Yeah, I'd say it's somewhere that got to be top 3 matches of the night, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
I just wish it would close with it.
Yeah.
Just for namesake alone, and I think these
They're
guys
gonna
are
close
great.
with
but
Cena Rollins,
they're going to close with Cena Rollins, I would imagine.
But then there'll be like a
Divas match before.
Yeah, so it'll be that. There'll be that match, the TLC match, the Buffer Divas match, and then Cena Rollins.
Yeah. All right. See, I thought this too, but was it? Where did they headline when I thought they might go with Cena Orton? When was that? Those 2 pay-per-views ago?
Oh, that was Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. So I don't know.
Well, they
Sometimes.
probably were like, we're going to do a big spot jumping off. What are John and Randy going to do? Punch kick? We're going to smash and then
Stay inside the Hell in a Cell.
And then we're going to have Bray come out of the...
Through the Big Show style, through the bottom of the thing, but this time with the hologram.
Yeah.
Exactly. Next Slammy announcement, Lawler came out to announce Diva of the Year.
Puppies!
So happy.
He loves divas.
That's what it is.
He was happier than Seth Green on commentary.
Yeah.
Probably true.
AJ ends up winning. All the divas who are up for the award are backstage, and then Titus pops up out of nowhere.
That's my favorite part.
He looked very well dressed. looked very sharp.
Maybe he brought a tux, and they're like, we got to do something.
Can this be a new thing, though? Like,
But he
he
Titus
shows up. He's like,
shows
it's like,
up.
where's Waldo of wrestlers?
I think that would be great. I mean, we've heard Renee and Cena talk so many times.
Yeah.
But have we ever heard them talk while Tyson pops up and does something silly in the background? I don't think we have.
Just looks at them and then just hangs out.
Yeah. I love
Just
that.
listens intently, like,
I like what you're saying, John. Yeah.
So AJ comes out to accept her award and basically puts over all the NXT girls,
Yeah.
including Paige, Emma, Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte. So
I like that.
yeah.
It made you wonder, or at least made me wonder, if... I mean, we don't know how long her contract is, and it seems very unlikely that she'll re-sign at this point. Like, it was almost, because she said it that way, like, I hope next year somebody like these girls get to come up and win this award.
Yeah.
Oh, like she won't be there.
It was almost like a goodbye without saying goodbye in my
True.
head.
Yeah. Like maybe
And
she'll
awesome
stay.
for her to win it, too. I think it's great to...
Is she going to UFC?
Probably a lot. In row number 4, seat 7.
She'll be
AJ
there.
versus Ronda Rousey.
Oh. Don't start that rumor now.
Start the rumor.
I feel like Ronda
You
Rousey...
heard it here first.
She's more likely to come this a ways than AJ go that a ways.
She
That's
was
my
at. I
guess.
went to PWG and she was in the front row.
Oh yeah, she was at
Watching.
SummerSlam too.
Yep. She gets good seats. It's almost like she knows. She's gonna be a wrestler soon.
So next we have backstage. Renee interviews Cena.
With no Tyson Kidd, unfortunately.
No, Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
What did I say, Tyson Kidd? That's hilarious. They're very similar.
Yeah.
Cathy, what did you think of her hair?
I have a braid too today. They talk about his TLC match, and he says that it's unpredictable. It's most unpredictable. And then talks about that Rollins isn't man enough to make him tap out. You said that he's never tapped before.
Never give up. I think you said Sheamus has never tapped out. I know the Undertaker's never tapped.
Yeah.
Cena's never tapped.
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, internet.
Yeah, let's see if the chat room. I don't know. We'll see if they say.
Someone just wrote poop trouble. That's what's going on there.
I guess you're in poop trouble.
Sounds like you're right.
He's never pooped out.
I don't know how you look at this.
No, it says poo-poo trouble.
Way different.
I guess we'll do predictions at the end.
Okay.
For TLC.
Well, okay. The backstage interview, they were referring to Austin, McMahon, and Vince saying that no one has stepped up. Vince essentially buried the whole locker room, and they did reference that.
Oh yeah.
In this interview, he said that he's just going to step up. He's sure that people are mad about that. A lot of people are going to step up. They seem to reference that a few times in this Raw, which I thought was interesting.
And also told you should still go back and watch the interview.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. And that was weird that Vince said that, I thought. He liked Ambrose, he liked Bray Wyatt, he liked Rollins.
Reigns.
Did
you ever say that one? I don't know.
I don't know. I think you might
The
have said
Shield
that.
and Wyatt is who he likes.
That's what I came away with it. Yeah.
We got a tweet from Gavin Provost on Twitter, and he said that Sting has 6 appearances in his contract, including Survivor Series and Mania, so he has 4 left. I don't know if that's true or a rumor.
But 6... He's only been in 1 so far, right?
Yeah,
but they count
they're
WrestleMania.
He's counting that.
They're taking out Mania,
Okay.
saying that there are 4 potentials for the remainder of the contract.
I think he'll come out, Trips will find a way to come back to Raw after, right around the Elimination Chamber time. Sting will come stare him down. He'll look at the WrestleMania sign. This thing writes itself.
Wait, no, he'll look at the WrestleMania sign and Sting will be standing next to it in the rafters.
Oh my God, that's better! That's better!
It won't even be Sting. It'll just be a guy in a trench coat and face makeup so they don't waste his appearance.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
I think he sees Sting quite often.
The kid in a Sting mask.
You guys keep making this better and better.
If they just make it super smoky, maybe pull
Ambulance
it off.
shots all day.
RVD will be back by then. It'll be WrestleMania, so it'll all work out.
So, where are we? Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. We thought this was going to be, I don't know.
Saved?
Something.
Yeah. But it happened tonight. Kind of makes you wonder if we're missing something, a setup for it, or just...
No?
It was weird. They really just used this match to promote both their separate matches because he used the stairs pretty well in this match. Rowan did, and then Harper had some trouble with the ladder actually, but they just brought out their props. It got DQ'd, wasn't it DQ'd?
Yeah, Harper ended up getting DQ'd because he threw a ladder into Big Red.
Big Red.
Dangerous show.
Stop trying to make Big Red happen.
Do you think they should have been kept separate?
I want to see this feud happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was necessarily the best to do it tonight or to have a match.
It's weird to me when you have things like Dean Ambrose and Rollins, and you have these two where Ambrose and Rollins got a better build, but it ended on a dirty finish with Wyatt, and now Ambrose and Rollins have yet to cross paths really since that.
Unless they're just keeping them apart for
another
something bigger, just to build that up.
But for both these sets of guys to have them be together for so long and do all these things and to not really have huge programs to follow does seem like odd to me. But maybe they have better plans down the line.
Yeah. Post match, we saw Rowan throw stairs into Harper, and I don't know.
It looked good.
Yeah.
I want them to. I want to see that happen.
Do we know of any rules that are special for a stairs match besides use the stairs a lot?
No. Yeah.
Stairs are
like I said, I just think there'll be a big huge stack of the steps just going up somewhere by the ringside.
TLCS.
Yeah. Right.
Where would they put that though?
By the entrance, maybe. Right.
Okay.
Almost make it look like a Christmas tree of steps. right?
Oh, man, this guy should be.
And then someone's hiding underneath.
Dean Ambrose, because he always has to hide somewhere.
I like it.
That'll be the TLC match right after that. Brian will come out, and there'll still be steps hanging out, so it'll work out. Yeah.
Into it.
Backstage, we see Naomi and Jimmy and Jay walk by. Jimmy says the second best thing to happen to him all year was getting the Slammy because the first best is marrying her.
Oh,
Super cute. And then she tells him that she's going to Hollywood thanks to The Miz.
She's like, well, you can't make me a star, but The Miz can.
yeah,
so.
she's like,
No
see ya.
problem.
That's so cute. That's so cute. Great. I gotta go. Like, I actually like this because we haven't really seen. We've had a couple of backstage segments from the Usos. Usually, it's just like a chant, doing the Uso thing included in there. This was like, at least as far as I can recall, the first real story-driven backstage segment for Jimmy, and maybe for Naomi
you
too,
said last week was the first time they acknowledged that they
on air. That's the first time that they really are writing it into what they're doing, because it's always been on Total Divas.
Yeah,
they've never really said it's kind of like Nikki and John Cena. We know it's happening, but it's not happening on Raw.
Oh,
so
it was on. There was stuff on Main Event last week.
The first acknowledgement of it was the talent isn't sexually transmitted.
yeah,
said by someone dating a UFC star.
Right. Well,
she's dating a Power Ranger.
Sort of.
Nice. But I like this for them. I thought they executed it well.
Yeah.
They both spoke really well. And I hope they give them more. I don't know. There's something about the Usos and Naomi as well that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all reacted. Like when she said that she was going to get the screen test, we all did kind of like a ooh.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have reacted if it sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like it, all of this.
And it's good fuel to the feud that they have with Ms. Mizdow, and I don't know. I just hope for more of that. It was great.
I hope we see something on SmackDown. Like maybe they do like a set it up and they go with them to go film it or something like that.
Oh yeah, we see the
screen test.
Yeah. I don't know.
You are killing it with this today.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see more of that. You said the Usos are kind of the breakout superstars of the year, even though they've been around much longer.
Yeah.
They have been using them so well, booking them great this whole entire year. They gave them the belts for so long. I mean, they were just kind of wasting them last year. Was that last year or maybe a year and a half now?
Yeah.
There was a point in time when they were in my opinion, the biggest jobbers in the whole company.
Yeah. They were not using them.
No.
At all. And the crowd didn't care about them either because they didn't know how to book them.
3MB there at the time?
Yeah, I think they were.
Well, I think this was pre-3MB, wasn't it?
It was pre-3MB when they were the biggest jobbers. Slater was losing to like the legends around that time.
All the legends came back.
But it got him so over with so many people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Usos were just like, oh, they'll lose.
I think his reaction to losing to all those legends is what got 3MB born.
Right.
Because they're like, let's do something with this guy. The crowd likes him.
And someone in the UK, and I could be wrong, told me that they were over huge in the UK, 3MB.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're awesome. I miss 3MB.
Yeah.
The UK likes all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Why can't we just have fun stuff? I'm moving to the UK.
Yeah, they like Barrett and,
Yeah.
Do they like Adam Rose? He presented the LOL moment of the year.
Does anyone like Adam Rose right now?
Will you do some fantasy writing to make me give a crap about Adam Rose?
I kind of
funny.
Well, see, I do the main event show, so we see Adam Rose a lot on main event. So his, so at least what they're doing with him now, what they're doing now with him is that he's becoming very like resentful of the Rosebuds, and he's kind of like. Now he's turning into like the cult leader that Bray wasn't.
The silver one was great tonight.
Yeah, but he's
so
like
into it.
He like says like he found the bunny on like the streets of New York City, and he was took him in and is taking care of him. I don't know,
he doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. So now, and he called himself a god like a couple weeks ago on main event. I was like,
well, it wasn't working out for him to be a face. That we know for sure.
Yeah.
And they've just been using him to advertise things for months now. I mean, back when Mizdow wasn't even Mizdow. Anna Rose was selling a Sonic.
Yeah.
So this bunny thing is actually working out way better than I would ever think that something of a large man in a bunny suit would work out.
There was a time I was watching NXT, and he came out with that intro. I think it was the first time that he did that intro on NXT, and the crowd chanted, "That was awesome." Like he was
the trust fall
when he came his debut on NXT.
Yes.
Yeah, and he had different music, and it was awesome.
What happened? What happened?
I think that it was just it needed to evolve, and it wasn't evolving, and now finally we are seeing something change.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was rushed. There's two. It was like, oh, he's good here. Quick, let's throw him in bigger
him and
arenas.
Emma were, I think, around the same time and fell to the same pitfalls of where, like, they didn't think the gimmick would need to be shifted. They just were like, boop, NXT into Raw. And everyone's like,
there are a lot of gimmicks that work down there, and then they don't work when they move up to the main roster. And I don't know what doesn't work, but it just doesn't pan out.
I think they just don't let it. They just try to push it down our throats too much, and it's like just let them kind of like settle and get comfortable.
Where you want to see more of that.
Yeah, like let the fans get used to them. Don't just shove them down our throats. Like, oh, this guy is what we want, and this guy is great, and it's like, if people don't watch NXT, then they don't know the people that are coming up. So it's just kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully more people watch NXT because it's amazing.
Yeah, you should watch it if you're not watching it. But Adam Rose, I like him as a heel. I at least. Rather, I don't like him, so that's good that he's a heel now. And I think that his resentment towards the bunny is hilarious because why would you resent a bunny? And he's got like the guy liner now, and so they're trying some new things for him. So we'll see how it goes.
The bunny tries to take the card that has who the winner is.
At least he didn't hump the award.
Yeah. Mizdow ends up winning, and he comes out with Miz. It seems like we're actually going to hear from Mizdow for a second.
No way.
And then Miz just bumps him out of the way.
That was great.
Accepts. And he says, "Oh, you want more Miz now?"
He's like, "I hear you. You want Miz now? Here I am."
It's great.
So smart.
Who wrote that? Bo Dallas.
That was Bo Dallas.
That was the first time in this Mizdow thing that I've thought that the Miz carried. The Miz was great in that. I don't know.
You liked him?
I liked the Miz in that segment.
He was the best version of Miz.
He was the best. Version of Miz?
Yeah.
The best.
Capitals?
Yes. All caps.
I like it. I like him resenting him a whole lot. I guess resentment works for me.
But the bunny gimmick is almost too similar.
That's what I said.
They parallel each other.
I was scared when I forget
but it's opposite.
What when this was. I don't even remember. But it looked like maybe that Rose, Bunny, and Mizdow were going to face each other, and I was like, aren't those kind of the same situations? But it didn't happen. So
I don't know. I like Mizdow. I'm glad he won. I wish he would have kind of maybe fought back a little more to maybe at least say something. But I don't know. The way they're doing this is fine. Like take the slow burn of like let's see what happens, and when he's at that over the most of the crowd, then maybe like Rumble he throws out the Miz or something.
Oh yeah,
because that will get people going crazy for him. So
the last funny tag team like this was Team Hell No, and Bryan got over so much more because of that. Do you think that Sandow could get over in the way that Bryan did, or is it completely
Sandow's
different?
already over.
Not the way Daniel Bryan is. I'm saying.
Yeah, my only fear about post this tag team is Mizdow has to become something else, unless this was the idea I pitched I don't know, it was last week or something. Unless he becomes, people start confusing him for the Miz, and his new gimmick is that he actually is acting as if he is the Miz the whole time, and Miz isn't around, or like catches him, taking roles as the Miz or something.
Should he like shave the beard to make himself look more like? I know they want him. Like he has his
looks
own.
completely different than Miz's.
But I mean, but a beard, really sets him apart. Like, do you think he would want to do that just to look more like the Miz? At least, facial wise. I don't know.
Well, even Jimmy tonight was like, "Are you sure you were talking to the Miz, or were you talking to Mizdow?" So I think they still want you to think like you're confused.
It's so much funnier that they look nothing.
Well, that's
alike.
it. Yes, it does add to it.
Although you say that in R-Truth as
I know.
Ziggler didn't pan out, I guess. But I don't know. That's my only fear is that, yes, I think that he could get as big as Daniel Bryan because he has so much potential. But they have to figure out a whole new character.
He's not as good of a worker or anything like that, and he doesn't have, like, you know, the yes chant and the no stuff.
But he can do comedy and he can do serious.
I liked him as Damian Sandow, the way he held the microphone, like silence, like all that stuff. Like I have loved him from day one.
Yeah.
I just think that this is like he's on his way up as opposed to, I mean, he won Money in the Bank and then they were like, no.
Not now.
Worst cash in ever.
Right.
I liked Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah, that was good too. I would just like to see them do a lot more with him, and especially now considering the fans love him.
Yeah, you just got to be real careful. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rusev and Lana come out. He's facing Swagger at TLC.
Placeholder.
Yeah.
3 months ago, placeholder.
Lana talks about the real LOL moment of the year is the USA's economy. And then Swagger interrupts, runs out, does the Patriot lock on Rusev, and has to be pulled off of him.
Yeah, he wanted some revenge for breaking Zeb's leg, so he was going to break his ankle.
I liked his promo. It's just
short, sweet.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how Swagger needs to be.
Yeah,
I don't need to hear him drone on for like 5 minutes.
No,
just say what you're going to do, and then go beat the guy up.
It's just hard for me, unless this was a tables match. Because then he could get away with winning and not getting a pin. Swagger is not the person who's going to pin Rusev.
I know.
So I just don't.
It's predictable.
It just feels predictable. Yeah,
but he's American.
You know how many people on the roster are Americans?
But they don't advertise.
They're not real.
Yeah, exactly.
They're Americans. But
this is a great. I mean, I'm happy for Swagger. I never really cared about him up until We the People, and I think this is great that he's back on another pay-per-view. I think he works well. I just don't believe for even 1.1% that I think that he would win this match.
I feel like he, as a wrestler, has evolved so much since his pairing with Cesaro.
Zeb was good news. He needed a mouthpiece. That was the main issue for Swagger from day one.
But we still didn't really, we weren't on board then, and I feel like when Cesaro came into the picture,
when they made it a group.
Is when, he, I don't know if they like rubbed off on each other or whatever, but...
I don't know either, Cathy.
Okay, Santino.
You want to see my
ask him. Maybe he knows in the shower. I don't know.
I think Cesaro got him over more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now look at Cesaro.
Was he?
Hasn't won a match.
He's been on Raw. Was he on last week?
Where is he?
He wasn't on this week.
He wasn't on this week.
Well, yeah, Vince thinks he's terrible.
Why?
He doesn't. No, he doesn't think he has the it factor, is what Vince said.
Which makes no sense when the crowd was cheering for him swinging.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of
things. They had the C-section.
Yeah.
They were Cesaroing, like Fandangoing with the old music, but maybe having him get Heyman and then have Heyman talk about not him the whole time.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
Well, and you couldn't given him a better face promotion than to win the Andre the Giant, yada, yada, yada. And then you stick him with the most heel manager that was possible.
Yeah.
The crowd was just confused past that first Raw.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to feel about it.
And then he got new music, and we were like, that's not cool.
That's not good music. I don't know.
I wish they would have just had Heyman be a face manager with him. And then when Brock comes back, just switch Heyman to being a bad guy again. Like, he can, it's Heyman. He can do whatever he wants. If people are gonna, if he says something good, people are gonna cheer him. If he says something bad, people are gonna boo him.
To me, I thought they were building a program around Brock Lesnar and Cesaro facing each other.
Yeah.
Since they had the same manager, and it was real weird conflict of interest, but the whole thing just got dropped.
If they do have, the gray area between face and heels, like that's what it is now.
Yeah.
Can't you have someone who's just supposed to be a bad guy that's liked?
You can.
That's
but
cool
I think
heel. That's like Superstar Billy Graham, like
Stone Cold. I think
the NWO to a certain extent. CM Punk.
Yeah, I think you can definitely do that. I just think that this wasn't that. This was just a confusing area, and people wanted to cheer him, but they couldn't, and then they asked him to not do the swing for a little bit or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, which is so bad.
It's such a good. Oh well, they'll figure it out.
We'll see.
No!
They had it figured out.
They had it. And then they're like, Vince said, like, I don't know if he's Swedish, you can't talk. Or
I
whatever.
can't understand what he says.
Yeah, it's like, give him a manager. Yeah. That's what you've always done.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant couldn't talk.
You gave Swagger a fitting manager? But, I don't know. Anyways.
Next
about
match. Yeah.
You should be.
I am.
Next match of the night, we have the Usos and Ryback versus Miz, Mizdow, and Kane. Ryback and the Usos win. This is where Seth is on commentary the entire time, and clearly they do not care about this match because they're taking selfies and...
Yeah, it was all about Seth, this match.
Seth gets in the ring after Ryback and the Usos win. Tries to hold up Ryback's hand. It doesn't work. He just
He's not strong enough to lift it.
Yeah. And then Seth gets lifted onto the Usos' shoulders, and they do Ryback's chant.
Which was, you know, cute.
Yeah.
It worked.
I love that Ryback stands so stiff that even his arms are like, yeah. I don't know who does that, but hey, it was a funny moment.
Yeah.
Ryback got the pin on Miz there too.
This was really Miz and Mizdow's night. They
Yeah,
had
it was.
so many segments.
Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't have fake Slammy yet. Come on.
Oh,
They won like a while ago. They won like an
And
hour before.
clearly,
Give him a real one that looks kind of fake. I
You
don't know.
can get it on
buy it. Yeah, exactly.
WWE.com.
Yeah.
So
But they probably held them up next to each other. They were like, oh, this.
Just make one look a little like, I don't know, like fake. I don't know.
You could make one with tape or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure both of them are the same thing too.
Yeah.
It can't be that fancy.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I don't know,
he'll have it. I think he'll have it next week. That's a good point.
I think they're like, what are they? $250 on Shop Zone?
Are they
Is it really that
$250?
I think so. Maybe 150. They're a lot of money.
That?
When I saw them, I was like, oh, I want a Slammy. And I
Do
went
you
to
get them inscribed with your
No,
name?
I think it just says Slammy on it. I don't know.
That's my new OMG moment of the night.
$250.
You can get a belt
Well,
for double that.
tonight only you get 20% off. So
$50 gone.
Well,
That's fast math.
yeah, I was like, I don't know. Someone else could figure that out.
Pretty easy.
My side of my brain
okay,
doesn't work.
next Slammy that is presented, match of the year. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat comes out, and Survivor Series ends up being the match that wins Team Authority versus Team Cena. Was that expected?
Not for me.
Me either.
No.
It was a great moment for Ziggler.
Yeah.
And a great moment for the year, for sure. It was a contender. To me, I thought for sure either the Evolution versus the Shield match.
Yeah.
Because that spot alone got it there from Rollins jumping off the balcony, or I don't know, Daniel Bryan's largest moment ever at the biggest pay-per-view they've ever had.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, last year they had Cena Rock win, and everybody booed, and it shouldn't have even been a contender, really. This is 4 good matches that...
Twice in a lifetime. My ass.
Well, you think about who's voting, and if a kid sees Cena, they're
Right.
gonna vote for him. So Team Cena.
Well, he was in the Last Man Standing match that got nominated that didn't win,
yeah.
which was a great match where Cena launches the stairs at Bray.
That was great and scary.
I would have gone with Mania myself, but I was there, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
Me too. That's why I went with Mania. Thought it was awesome.
The next match we have AJ versus Summer.
Wait, before we move on, can we just mention, people hate Batista so much, but he was in 2 of the nominations
Oh my God.
for Year of the Match. What?
Match of the year. Year of the
I'm
match.
so befuddled, but I can't speak.
The year of the match.
That's pretty crazy for a guy who got booed out of the
Batista.
building every time he came.
Do you think they would still do... I mean, he was wrong time, wrong place because of Daniel Bryan.
But now it's a whole new world. He is not only...
Guardian of the Galaxy.
He is Casino Royale or Mr. 007.
And Van Damme kickboxer.
Oh, yeah, kickboxer, yeah.
If he came back now, he would be over, I feel like.
I think it would depend what they did.
That's the thing. That it just depends on how they would do it.
Yeah, if he walks into the Rumble this year and wins it, I think we'd have the same thing as last year.
Yeah.
Who had a worse reaction, Batista or Rey Mysterio in that Royal Rumble?
Poor Rey Mysterio. They
That's probably why he's not there. You know, he's like, you know what? If y'all don't care, then I don't care. I'm over this 5 knees ago.
5 knees? I've had surgery on my leg 17 times. times. I want to see him stand next to Seth Green.
I wonder. Probably even.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Sorry.
So we have AJ versus Summer Rae. AJ wins with the Black Widow very quickly.
No, not unexpected there.
Nope.
Definitely not. Then we have RVD coming out to present the extreme moment of the year. Very fitting. Chris Jericho wins with his crossbody to Bray Wyatt.
Which was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even do that. That was totally on accident. That's funny. Maybe I've been hanging out in an ambulance. I don't know what's going on.
That's great.
Have you seen RVD wear non-spray painted
Singlet?
attire before?
Yeah.
I don't think ever, no.
Yeah, maybe at like a Hall of Fame, but I don't remember
yeah.
But I mean, still, like, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So.
I thought he'd have like a jacket like Jimmy Hart used
Why
to
don't
wear.
you remember it?
Why do you remember? You been in the ambulance too?
Yeah, must have been.
Dope.
Did it seem weird to you guys for Fandango to accept the award?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, Chris Jericho wasn't going to show up to accept it, but like...
But he's hearkening back to 2 WrestleManias ago?
Well, this is the new and improved Fandango.
Apparently not.
Who, it gets very weird when he says his name.
Oh, yeah, he was very excited the whole presentation. I don't know, it was just very odd. I didn't understand it. I don't really get it.
I think they just needed to put him somewhere, and this is where this, you know.
They don't.
I mean, I guess. It was just strange. Just strange. But yeah, that was a great... I loved that moment. That was great. And good for Jericho to, you know, still be doing extreme things like that. I mean, he could easily say no to that at this
Not
point.
going to do that on Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
He won a Slammy, though, and they didn't even plug his podcast.
They never do, which is kind of weird, but...
They can only plug one off-network podcast a month.
Although now it's on network.
Well,
kind
yeah,
of.
Sort of.
And that's Jim Ross's.
Yeah! They still sell his barbecue sauce on WWE.com.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, after that weird Fandango acceptance speech, we see Old Saint Mick selling merch, probably the best merch selling since R-Truth.
You are correct. R-Truth is the best.
That is so true.
But yeah, just one joke after
everything was so perfect, and it made me want to buy a bunch of stuff, and now I have a coupon.
Are you gonna buy a Slammy?
I don't. Not at $250.
How much is that Austin statue?
Oh Lord.
Probably like $450. No, I don't know. I don't know.
But that did look like a very well made.
Is it McFarlane or whatever?
It could be.
Oh, I think it is that. Yeah, that's.
Is it really McFarlane? You just pulled that out of your butt.
There's something that they
he makes
did. Yeah.
toys, and he made the Undertaker one, and I'm guessing that he made.
Oh, he made
Stone
some
Cold.
before. Okay.
Yeah. What's his name? Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, but not Family Guy.
It's not Todd. Wait.
Oh wait.
I'm not
Is
sure
it
what his
Todd
name is.
Todd McFarlane.
Maybe that's what it is.
The Spawn guy.
The Spawn guy.
Yeah.
Every comic book fan
Oh yeah,
just groaned
Todd
so
McFarlane
loud.
is a comic book guy.
There it is.
Why
And
do
it's
I
Todd
know this?
McFarlane. Yeah.
He makes toys.
Oh yeah, he's made toys for years and years and years.
I think
just didn't know he
he
made
makes the
that
Stone
one.
Cold.
Okay. That was a
Good
long
time.
tangent.
So Seth
About Seth
MacFarlane with that Wild West movie he did.
With Mr. Belding.
And Seth Green was there. Oh yeah, Mr. Belding was there. What's up, Belding?
He's gonna be a New Girl tomorrow night.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Awesome.
Any more tangents we want to work out?
I read Foley's daughter Noelle wants to do wrestling.
Really?
Oh.
I saw that too.
Yeah. Which is surprising considering what her dad has done.
Oh, and then he doesn't have a year.
It's very fitting that her name is Noelle.
With her
For
Christmas.
Christmas.
That shows you how obsessed he is with Christmas that he named his own daughter
And
Noelle.
Disney, because his other son is Dewey. which
Oh, is it like Huey, Dewey, Louie?
Yeah.
Is her middle name Joy?
I don't know.
Something.
I know he has like that I Am Santa documentary.
It's great,
like on
actually.
Netflix.
Yeah.
That's his
I-
documentary?
You
It's-
guys
he's
just
in it.
interviewed him.
Yeah, we just interviewed him on Wrestling Compadres. Check it out, nerdist.com. Yeah, it's actually, he's just in it as one of the Santas, but it's not like
He's on the cover.
his film. Well, all the other Santas are like, gay Santa. And like, hillbilly Santa. You know, I mean, nobody else is famous in the thing, so of course he's on the cover. Anyway, sorry.
The other ones are just unusable. Completely. We can't put gay Santa on
Gay Santa ain't going on the cover. I can go on the inside sleeve, maybe.
Oh my gosh. Renee Young interviews The Big Show. They talk about Show versus Rowan and the Stairs match at TLC. And then he says that he wants to talk about his match tonight against Cena. That's pretty much it. And then Booker is back to announce the Superstar of the Year. And Roman Reigns ends up winning this, I think, shocked all of us.
Yeah.
Are we saying that's kayfabe?
I feel like it has to be.
Come on, he won, and then he happened to show up at Raw. Every time we see him, he's live via satellite.
Now he
wins an award and just happens to be there.
Which voting was supposed to be that? Yeah.
That was a little.
He looked good though when he came out. We were talking about he looks like a superstar.
He's definitely nailing the look, and he was very comfortable yet again on the mic, which his last promo or whatever update, whatever.
Practice talking.
I think the rumor was he took acting classes while he's injured. Yeah,
that's smart.
And he got married like last week. I don't think that's helping. But I would like to see him come back. I was just surprised that of all the options,
Lesnar, Ambrose, Bryan, Wyatt, Cena, Rollins.
You could make a case for this being almost every one of those guys' year, except for Roman Reigns, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, what did he do this past year?
He set the record for the Royal Rumble.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good one.
He had some amazing matches with the Shield against the Wyatts.
Was that this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was this year, yeah.
And Evolution.
And Evolution, yeah. But so did everyone else that's in that year of, and then the other people that are in there didn't get injured and leave. They did other stuff.
Well, Lesnar had, what, 2 matches?
No.
But the biggest match, he decimated John Cena twice. Yeah. And then beat the Undertaker's streak. It should be the Big Show. Everything, really.
Oh, yeah, he destroyed the Big Show.
That wasn't even a match, Bull.
I would give it to Rollins.
All right.
I would have said Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's out the whole year, too.
Oh, I guess he was, yeah. I don't know.
Not the whole
But still, his whole story arc and just WrestleMania and
that Occupy Raw moment was huge. They hadn't really done anything like that before. I really loved that. And winning,
winning WrestleMania is fantastic.
Winning WrestleMania, I feel like, is better than setting the Royal Rumble record, but that's, I guess, tomato.
It was this year that he was with the Wyatt family, and then he turned face in the steel cage.
That's right.
Oh, that was awesome.
Which is probably one of my favorite moments of the whole year.
Yeah. Wow.
That was better than the Occupy Raw. I think. I mean, in fact, of like, not to like, no, but I mean, of what they nominated. I can't remember what the other stuff was, but that was just such a defining moment for him.
Yeah.
To turn back and.
They all had great years.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Just split it up. Just take pieces of it and give it to different people.
Going back to what we were talking about earlier, just got a tweet from Robert Smith, and he said that Cena tapped out to Kurt Angle in 2003. So
I didn't know the singer of The Cure was a wrestling fan.
Yep.
Yeah, turns out. Well, there you go. You're wrong, Brido. Haha.
Wait till I find out.
Or the internet's wrong.
You can call in next week.
That was a long time ago, though, too. That was before Cena was, the C Nation.
Well, I don't know if you know how ever works.
Was that an FCW or whatever it was? The one in Ohio, I guess.
OVW?
Yeah. Makes it super easy.
FCW in Ohio. The Florida champion.
What would California be?
Go back to the ambulance. You're drunk.
Let's talk about the main event tonight. That wasn't really a main event. It was very short. But Cena versus Big Show, promptly interrupted by Rollins, who jumped in with Noble and Mercury. Rollins gets on top of a ladder, about to jump on Cena, but then Ziggler runs out.
Yeah, he did.
Show knocks out Ziggler. Big Red comes out. I hate saying that so much.
You can still say Roman if you want.
Yeah. Harper comes out. King comes out. Ziggler goes through a table brutally.
Face first.
I thought he broke his arm or something. That
was dope.
Not just the table.
Well played, sir.
And Cena ends up going through the announcer's table at the very end.
I mean, I loved the end of this match. The only thing I thought was weird is that this probably should have happened earlier. Like, that was 3 weeks ago now, or almost 3 weeks.
Caring that he got punched in the face.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, that wasn't nice. Oh yeah. I do hate you.
Did they have like a tag match or something?
What?
Were they in like a tag match maybe?
The two of them?
Yeah. No, maybe they were. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's been a lot of
hasn't cared that he got punched out.
I mean, it's another heel turn for Big Show, so maybe he was like, whatever, he'll be on my side next month.
Yeah. What did he have? Like a bad strip mall?
that went under or something.
What was in that strip mall?
Nothing.
It's like a C restaurant.
I don't know. Nothing good, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. Should we do predictions for TLC?
Yes, please.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
What matches do we have? Predictions. Let's start off with AJ versus Nikki.
Nikki.
I say Nikki too.
Okay, so we've been watching, sorry, not to be long-winded, but we've been watching this whole program with Brie and Nikki. If it is to come to fruition, which they've totally just swept it under the rug at this point, and, you know, they're twins, they can do that. I'm fine with it if that's how we're going to go. But we have been building to Nikki versus Brie.
I would love that.
And then dropped.
And then, but... So has it been in like, has she been faking out Nikki this whole time, and maybe she'll interfere in this match? And
I would like to see it all not for nothing, and AJ loses, Nikki retains, and then it's Brie versus Nikki. Yeah.
Do they ever...
Brie was just mad the entire time.
Yeah.
Do they ever do turns where they're not big time teased though? You know, like do they ever?
It could be a little teased though. I mean, there was never any formal announcement that she was back on.
They had like one little backstage thing online, like it wasn't, or maybe in the app or whatever. But I feel like we could be getting faked, or maybe I'm just hoping that we are.
Yeah,
I'll go with that. Yeah. It sounds better than me just making it.
But it's just weird that it's been a month now and we haven't heard anything about it at all. Like it's just like, oh, we're sisters again and everything is great, you know.
Yeah.
All right, you're my assistant for a month, but I guess you had fun doing that. So
they probably tweeted about it.
Yeah, I think it could be one of those things that they did, you know, peripherally rather than on Raw.
She has Stockholm syndrome.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But you know, they're twins. I'll forgive them if they can fight really bad and then be totally fine. But they would need to say that. Yeah. That's the only thing. We shouldn't just have to presume.
They just didn't say it on
Raw.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know, where we all watch.
Or main event. I'm going to calling you for my main event updates.
Kane versus Ryback.
Ryback.
Yeah. Are we unanimous so far?
I think so.
Okay.
But when I hear that feud of Kane and... No, I'm just joking. It's just so like...
Swagger versus Rusev.
Rusev.
Okay.
I almost want to pick Swagger because I could see it being some kind of like disqualification ending. You know, Rusev gets himself disqualified. Swagger still gets the win.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
But
sure. Oh, Zeb comes out and heroically
throws in the towel.
Yeah. Or what if Lana does something?
She does stay out of it for most of
She stays out of it, but what if she gets so desperate? Because
I like that.
Yeah. Maybe Swagger needs, like, you know, he doesn't have Zed. Maybe there's going to be, like, a real American girl joins up with him or something like that.
Well, it's like, it's to the point where Swagger is about to legitimately break Rusev's ankle.
Right.
And she gets in, she's like, I can't have my guy get injured, and she does something too.
Yeah. I like that.
She hits him with that metal that he has or whatever. Right?
Oh, that would,
That'd be good.
It's sharp.
Yeah. Doesn't look nice.
No.
No. But that could definitely hit him in the eye, and then he can't see. Then he can't find his leg to the ankle. I don't know. I like your idea. I think that works.
Ambrose versus Bray.
This is tough because who do you put over? They're both, you know, on the up and up.
For me, you got to put Bray just because, I don't know. I mean, Ambrose could take it, but I feel like Bray needs to be on a roll. He had such a on-again, off-again, lose-win with back when he was with Cena, and that didn't pan out well. You know, this is obviously a different scenario, but I feel like you need to give somebody on a roll here. And Ambrose has already lost a few, and nobody seems to mind. It doesn't hurt Ambrose's momentum at all.
It's better
Everyone's still behind him.
Yeah.
So I think Bray needs to win.
Best for Biz if Bray wins.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I said this on, I don't know, SmackDown. I think they should do, whoever wins this match, I think this should continue on after this pay-per-view. I wouldn't mind if Bray wins, but Ambrose just keeps coming back at him, and then at Royal Rumble they have a Buried Alive match because they want to, they talk about how like they want to destroy each other. Well, why not bury? And then also because the Undertaker's not going to do Buried Alive matches anymore, you pass it down to Bray Wyatt. Now he can do those matches.
It is funny how he's kind of taking that torch as Taker's on the way out.
Yeah, I mean I'm trying to do everything, but I didn't think it would make sense of. It'd be a cool match too. When was the last time we saw a Buried Alive match?
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Mark Henry, Undertaker, maybe.
Yeah.
Something could happen with the chair, the rocking chair.
Yeah.
Maybe it just appears in the ring and just like, I don't know.
It has a hologram of Sister Abigail in it.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think we'll ever see like somebody portraying?
I think that we could see someone pretending to be her,
lead
but
him
not
on
actually.
Yeah. I think they throw it out there so that it is a line that they can reel in case they need to.
Yeah, because I mean, look at with Kane, like we get a Paul Bearer, like somebody come back and be like, I know where Sister Abigail is, kind of thing.
Yeah. What is
to really torment Bray.
What is the official story of Sister Abigail? She's dead.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
it would be her ghost.
So is the Undertaker's brother. He's still around, so.
Right. I agree with you, though, Cathy. I think that's a great idea to have someone faking him or him perceive someone as her as well.
I was like, what idea?
You're like, what? I already even think about the next match.
Thank you. Cena versus Rollins.
This one's hard too.
Cena's winning that.
I don't know. Even though his team won the last pay-per-view, he did get knocked out and pinned. So
he was a non-factor.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah. So I think he might win this one, but I would prefer him to lose
He's never tapped out.
If it's a maybe stipulation for him not being #1 contender, he could legitimately lose it and then still be the #1 contender.
He can win it back the next week.
If he loses and then if he loses and then this is the whole stipulation of he gets to bring back the Authority, that has to come into play at some point.
Yeah.
I think that's too fast though to bring him back right away. I think there needs to be, if you're John Cena.
Yeah, especially if they haven't announced who the
GM is.
Yeah, like I think he needs.
Do that.
The reason he needs to bring that back. I mean, I'm hoping writing wise, like it needs to be so important that that's his last resort of getting that belt back. And I don't think it should be even him going, I'm announcing I'm bringing them back. It needs to be they just run in and help him do something. And that's how it works out, because him going, I'm bringing Triple H back. Yeah, it's like, okay,
that's a heel turn.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I think he has to be so down on his luck.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Unless they come back as faces in a weird way. Like, Vince is just so awful to them that they're like, oh, we like miss this so much. Like, this is our baby. We want to see it succeed. That's why we did the whole Best for Business thing, because we want to see our company do well. And they come back.
Triple H would never book himself to get like beat down.
A great. I don't know.
He has a sledgehammer.
And they're so good as bad guys. I don't want to see them
really good as bad guys.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I would want Rollins to win this match just because I want to see what happens. It's a better story if Cena loses the #1 contendership. Then how does he get it back?
It's more interesting if Cena loses. I can't see him reinstating the Authority.
Not anytime soon.
No.
It'll be him versus Rollins next week on Raw for #1 contender.
The best thing is it doesn't matter because they both leave. He still leaves as John Cena, and Rollins still leaves as Money in the Bank winner. So,
right,
whatever it is,
doesn't really matter.
What other matches do we have?
Ziggler versus Harper ladder match,
and the stairs match.
Yeah.
Rowan.
Big Red.
I'll take Big Red.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
They got to build him.
Yeah.
And then Ziggler versus Harper for the IC title.
So
in a ladder match. A ladder match.
Yep. The title be suspended. Man, I want Ziggler to win it.
I
don't think Harper needs the belt. For whatever reason, I don't feel like it really elevates him that much.
The Intercontinental title.
I know the belt is important.
No, I'm saying it's not.
Oh, it just for his character, he like carries it like he has a I don't know, a picnic sack on his back. Like, I don't know what he's doing with it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Picnic sack?
I don't know.
He just drags it on the ground. He doesn't care about it.
It's just something about it that doesn't work
I think
for
the
him.
title is just completely... That title, they really ruined... I mean, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was out tonight. Look at it was when he had it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
You're
important.
saying it's the worst title?
The U.S. is probably the worst title.
But even with the main belt gone, you don't feel like it matters more who has it? They don't book it like it matters more.
No,
I guess that's the point.
I feel like Curtis Axel was the Intercontinental Champion. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, when Ziggler has it, I think it adds a little to it. But I think now that the fact that they took it off him so quickly, again, after him and Miz going back and forth, I think Ziggler wins it back.
But ultimately, it helps Ziggler out because, at the end of this, he's like the eighth-time champion of IC. I don't know.
How can you be disqualified in a ladders match?
You can't.
You just got to get that belt off the ring.
That's why I think Ziggler has a good shot of winning it against the bigger guy of Harper. If it's a ladder match compared to...
What if Barrett comes back and does something fishy for that title?
I feel like we're not going to see Barrett until Royal Rumble.
There's 2 more matches, too. New Day versus Golden Stardust.
Pre-show. New Day has to win that, I feel.
I agree.
Dust Brothers don't need it.
And then the tag team match, Miz and Mizdow versus Usos for the belts.
Oh, right.
I say Miz and Mizdow.
Yeah, they should retain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep them with that sight gag of the belt, too.
Yeah, you don't take that away.
Unless you use the slammy.
Now, well,
the belts are
all
better.
3.
The belts are way better.
The belts and the all 2.
I like your idea, Tom, of them having an issue at the Royal Rumble. So keep them as the tag champs. I like when a tag team, especially champions, feud with each other. There's something about that that's kind of like if they had an actual match and they were still the tag team champs during that match.
One year Axe and Smash started the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
That's demolition.
Thanks. Was that?
I just think the pop that Sandow would get for eliminating the Miz out of the Rumble would just be awesome. Yeah, that's what I want just for the pop alone. So.
Yeah.
Well, only a few days away from TLC and even fewer days away from
our evolution. Not revolution, if you read it.
Our evolution.
Should, but no.
Why did they name it that?
To be like, this is our evolution of becoming something bigger and better.
I was just...
I don't know why they spelled it like revolution. Does it confuse everyone that's not hearing it? I don't know.
Leave your predictions in the comments on YouTube. As always, subscribe to us on iTunes. Type in AfterBuzz TV. You can find all of our Raw after shows along with main event, SmackDown, and all of our pay-per-view after shows. Where can they find you guys in the meantime? Till next week.
You can find me at The Walking Dale on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on Nerdist.com at the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast every Wednesday.
Tom?
Awesome. You guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom and Wednesday night for main event here on AfterBuzz.
Hi, I'll be at Brido on Twitter and at a bar near you.
Just as surprised in your outro as you are in your intro.
I'm still here.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. You can find me on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next Monday night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.